Hey everybody, Free Spirit. I'm off on adventures. I'm out here camping, and I thought I would share a little binaural whisper by the fire. I need to stir up the fire a little bit. Got a little smoky because I've been setting up my tent. And it was burning pretty well for a while, but now it's kind of smoldering. There we go. I have a piece of cardboard here. I keep next to the fire so I can fan it. That really kicked up the flame. Nice. Gotta make sure my stirring stick doesn't have any sparks on it before I take it out of the fireplace. There we go. I just turned off my headlamp for the first time tonight. And there's a bazillion stars, and I just saw a shooting star. Oh, it's so clear and cold. And I'm camping next to this tremendously large boulder. It's probably 3 stories high. And very round and wide. And it's like a presence here. He's my friend. I come and see him as much as I can. And it's such a great feeling. Have my feet on the ground here again. Let's take a walk over to the horses. Babies. What are you doing? Hi, pretty girl. Are you happy? Yeah, got to go camp. Oh boy. I have them in their little pens. They're portable corrals. They're connected so they can touch over the fence, but they're separated so they can eat in peace. Yeah. Hi, Maisie. You're a good girl. I have my headlamp set on the red setting because it doesn't bother their eyes. Hi, baby. The campground is really full. But the horse campground is not full. I'm the only one here. Hi, Rena. Oh, you grinding your teeth? Why are you mad? Are you jealous? Come here. Come here. I love you all. I love all my babies. Alright? I'm getting hairy, Rena. Good girl. You're a good girl. And scratch your ears. Oh, don't bite her. Come here, Zizi. Come here, Zizi. You know you're my favorite. Come on. Zizi, Zizi. Zizi, Zizi. Zizi. She doesn't want me to touch her. But she doesn't want me to touch Rainy. Oh, she's a good girl. Tomorrow I'll give you a good brushing, okay? You just eat your hay. Don't make a lot of noise because people are sleeping. Be quiet, okay? Be a good girl, okay? Be a good girl, okay? Oh. Okay. You guys have a lot of hay here. And some good clean water. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't bang on the fence. Shh. Be a good girl. Go to sleep, okay? So they're just around the other side of the bushes from me. because there's not too much ambient light around, but this is phenomenal. And there's no Wi-Fi out here. There's no cell service. So the peace, the stillness. Every once in a while a plane flies over, and that's the only sound of civilization. The horses are over behind me. You can hear them. They're rubbing on their crown. I have panels that I hang on the side of the trailer when I go camping, and then I can set up a pen for each of them. And I like to rub on them. They're not really, really big, but it's enough that they can lay down and they can roll if they need to. So I just piled a lot of hay in there. And they each have a nice big bucket of water. Yeah. Now one of my dogs is going for a late night snack. I wish you could see this place. Tremendous. Rounded. 3-story high. Singular. Rock. That's the backdrop to my picnic table and my fire. And it's like visiting with a very, very, very old friend. also use it to make steamed milk and create your cappuccino. But usually I just make espresso. I don't always take milk when I'm backpacking. It's awkward. And I don't like powdered milk. It's good to disconnect. It's good to clear your vision. My eyes are being bathed with starlight, and it's soothing my heart. I love this place so much. I've been here hundreds of times, and since I got horses, I've really enjoyed this particular campground because they have an equestrian camping loop, but there are only 4 campsites. And in my opinion, this is the best one with my rock. I've spent many nights here. And the horses know it well too. Tomorrow we'll go for a ride, and maybe I'll take you with me. It's time to go inside the tent. Hi everybody. It's Free Spirit. Still on my camping trip here in beautiful Joshua Tree National Park. Coming to you live from inside my tent. It got really cold all of a sudden and I was shivering. I didn't even realize it. sturdy tent. I've been in this tent during very intense rainstorms, as well as snowstorms. My horses are always warm when I need to. I have polar fleece sheets. They're actually blankets, but they're called sheets because they're thin. But polar fleece really warms the body so well, and it allows any sweat to pass to the top layer of the polar fleece away from the body, so the horses don't get chilled even if they overheat a bit. But the polar fleece is nice and light. Sometimes that's enough. But often out here it gets very cold at night. So I also have an outer layer blanket called a weather beater. And it's waterproof and windproof, with only a little bit of padding inside, so it's not really a heavyweight winter blanket, but it's perfect over the polar fleece. But tonight, it's only down to about 40 degrees, and my horses are already used to about 30 degrees, as long as it isn't windy, which it is not. I'm very, very warm right now. I have a Jack Russell Terrier and a Rat Terrier laying alongside my left side, and they are very cozy and snoring. And my Labrador mix is my right side. She's actually on a rug and a blanket that I brought especially for her, because there's a nice large space next to where I sleep, like a little walkway. So I made that her bed, but she has scooched over and scooched over and scooched over until she is laying with her head in my lap. She's such a sweetie pie. And at home, she doesn't sleep in the bedroom. She sleeps in front of the sliding door and guards me all night. So she deserves to be pampered. But I don't know if I'll be able to move or turn. But I am warm. So now that I am completely submerged into nature and just having such a great night, and I'm almost ready to turn the light out and close my eyes, but I thought I would pull one card from the Earth Magic deck and see what Mother has to say at this time. stretched her way over the last 2 weeks to fullness. She now stands like a guiding beacon in the night. She has completed this round of her perpetual and periodic monthly journey, and will now start her slow but steady retreat into shadow. In this card, we see the grandeur of the moon at its peak, blazing brightly and creating a silhouette of a tree. This beautiful orb reminds us that all cycles have their time of completion and fulfillment, one that will inevitably be followed by a decrease until yet another cycle is initiated. And the meaning: you can now take pleasure in knowing that whatever you have been working towards has now reached its culmination. It may have been a relatively brief cycle, or a much more extensive one, yet regardless of the length of time, you have arrived at the stage of completion. Let yourself feel the contentment and satisfaction of this accomplishment. It is like when you take a deep breath and reach the point where your lungs are pleasantly full and your body is ready to release that breath. It's important to not only enjoy this completion, but also to let go and allow yourself to relax afterward, just like exhaling slowly and consciously. People are much too eager to rush to the next item on the agenda without giving proper time and space to appreciating and honoring the natural cycle of release that follows a point of resolution. Give yourself that time to relax and rest before tackling Spirit's next assignment. Yes. Yes. This is my time. This is my breath. This is my accomplishment. I've been working really hard in a very non-traditional sense of the word, but nonetheless still working. And it's been a little hectic and also very enlightening, enriching. 4 days of classes and really immersed into the work. It was great to be thinking like a student again. I got a lot from the classes and I can't wait to practice some of the things that I've learned. And I'm going to probably share some of them with you in videos coming up. I'm going to scooch down into my blankets. Get really, 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 really cozy.